Hey everyone, so now for our second video on argumentative writing this week, and that is on thesis statements, and the one thing I really want us to take home, okay? So a thesis statement is a one-sentence statement, and that's so important. It's only a sentence that summarizes what your essay is about and prepares the reader for what's to come. So when you think about prepares, the prefix pre means before. So before they read your paper, you have told them what the paper is going to be about so they know what to expect. There's not going to be any spoilers. It is normally found at the end of the introduction paragraph because of this. And that's why we put it at the end of the introduction paragraph, because we've kind of talked about our topic a little bit, and then we made a stance on our topic. And then we summarize at the end, so we'll restate it at the end of the paper as well. It's so important that it's in one sentence and it's found at the beginning of the paper, and that it organizes what you're going to talk about. So you develop your thesis, start with the question, is bottled water better than tap water? What do we think? Take a side on the issue. People should choose tap water over bottled water. Add in key arguments. People should choose tap water over bottled water. That's your topic, tap water, and your opinion that you should choose it over bottled water, okay? Because that's all part of the opinion. It is less expensive. That's a reason. It is more environmentally friendly. That's a reason. And it's less likely to contain microplastics. That's a third reason. So that's your argument. Now, again, your goal isn't necessarily to get someone to agree with you, because you could have read that argument and said, yuck, tap water, okay? But your goal is to write it in a way that your argument is sound, that your argument makes sense, that your argument works. It doesn't have to necessarily, the goal is to convince people, but you know how that goes. It's hard to convince people that feel a specific way, right? Coke over Pepsi, But the thing is the argument can be sound enough that the person reading it can say, okay, you've made good points. You're still wrong in my eyes, but you did a great job writing. So the purpose, kind of what I just said, to take a strong position is to convince the reader of the thesis based on the strong evidence that you provide. Now, you don't have to agree with it. They just have to be convinced, okay, this is good art. This is a good argument, Like, they're not like, I think tap water is better just because. Like, that's not, like, because what? Like, because I like the taste. Okay, but, like, you need to, that's not going to convince me. I'm like, not only do I disagree with you, but I don't like that you didn't support your argument at all. So, your statement should be debatable, like we just said, okay? That's what the point of it being an argument. It's that we can each take a different side. It will make a claim that people can agree or disagree with. And some people are going to disagree with you. And that's okay, because people disagree. Your statement should be assertive, like you are taking a stance. You're not in the middle. You think that tap water is better than bottled water, and this is why. You think Taylor Swift is the best singer in the world, and this is why. There's no in between. There's like, I think she's one of the best singers in the world. Nope. She is either the best or she is not the best. Plain and simple. It should be evidence-based. We're going to try to put all of our evidence in there, but again, we're not going to do the craziest amount of research. So a lot of times it's just from your head. It should avoid value or moral beliefs that cannot be supported by evidence. Okay, we'll talk about that if I see it in your writing. Now, your thesis statement should briefly outline your main points. One sentence. It gives your reader a clear idea of what you're going to discuss in your essay. Introduction paragraph. The main points will also serve as a roadmap. Introduction paragraph lets me know what I'm going to read. No surprises. I'm not going to sit here and say that Taylor Swift has incredibly catchy songs, and then in my second paragraph, instead of talking about catching songs, I like her because she's dating Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. It's got nothing to do with what I said in my thesis statement. It's not that you can't mention that, but it needs to be in your thesis statement if you're going to talk about it. So that way it keeps you organized, it keeps you on track. And here is the most important thing that I need you to take away on what a thesis statement is. It is a topic, the subject you are focused on, Taylor Swift, your opinion. She is the best singer in the world. And 3 reasons to support that opinion. I think she's the best singer in the world because she's a billionaire. She has catchy songs, and she relates to her fans. Boom. That's what I need you to be able to write after today. So we're going to look at an already written thesis statement. Cats are better pets than dogs because cats are independent, are quieter, and can care for themselves. So here, our topic, right? Cats. Or you could really narrow it down even more, best pet. And then your opinion about best pet is cats are better then dogs. Okay. I like to always throw in that because that because is like the reasoning. Like, I need to see this because in your thesis statement or a word similar. Okay. I'll know that you listen to this video if you make sure that there's a word because written in your thesis statement. Now, we have 3 reasons here, right? So they're what? Independent. They're what? Quieter. And what else? They can care for themselves. Okay? So down here, we go in order. We're not going to talk about caring for themselves first. We go in the order that we wrote. If we want to talk about caring for themselves first, that's the first thing we mention. So here, independent. Okay? Quiet. Quieter. And care for themselves. That's it. Now, that's breaking down what a thesis statement would look like. Okay? So then we're going to practice. And so in our practice, we're going to first dissect this 1-sentence thesis statement. Schools should block gaming sites on school-issued devices because it will reduce distractions, prioritize academic focus, and protect students from inappropriate content. So here, you're going to come back to the assignment that you opened up initially, and there are 3 questions. The first question just asks you to match each one of these parts to the correct thing. So what's the topic from this? What's the opinion from this, and what are our reasons from this? The next question is going to ask you to write your own thesis statement. It is about what is the best animal. You decide what you think the best animal is. Sloths, penguins, axolotls, whatever you decide. And then finally, the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to look at a paragraph and identify the thesis statement in that paragraph. Okay. And I'm going to use these 3 questions to kind of put us into small groups for the rest of the week, or for the rest of the thesis statement lesson. Okay. As always, guys, if you have any questions, let me know, and thank you for watching.